guys, welcome to this new video on Kubernetes image pool policy. So we are going to talk about Kubernetes image pool policy. So in Kubernetes, you need to tell Kubernetes the policy about image, when to pull the image, how to pull the image, right? So there's a pool policy, there's a policy in Kubernetes that apply to the image, for example. So now, you will see the Kubernetes manifest, you will see a section called image pool policy. You don't have to define this section. If you don't define it, Kubernetes will use the default one, which is the if not present, right? Now, what is the image pool policy? So the Kubernetes image pool policy is a setting that tells Kubernetes service on the node how to behave when starting a container and pulling its image. That's a policy that you put. And the first policy that we have, we call it if not present, right? The first policy, you can set your image pool policy, for example, to if not present. If not present means that, for example, if the image is not present on the node, go ahead and pull it. That's the meaning of that. So if not present, with this policy, the Kubernetes check if the image is already present on the node. If it is, the Kubernetes does not pull. Meaning that, so if not present, just say that, hey, if the image already exists, because remember when Kubernetes pull images, Kubernetes store those images on the node. And when you try to create a container with the same image, with an image, Kubernetes check if that image exists locally already. If that image exists locally, Kubernetes will use it. If that image does not exist locally, Kubernetes will go ahead and put it. That's the same concept that apply on Docker, right? When you say Docker run, for example, and you try to create a container, Docker will first check if the image of the container, if the image that you want to use to create your container exists locally. If the image exists locally, Docker will go ahead and use the image that is locally. But if the image does not exist locally, Docker will go ahead and put it, right? We call it the image pool policy. So that's what is called image pool policy. The first one is called if not present. This means that if the image does not exist locally, pull it. Now, the second one is called never, right? Never, means never pull. So always use whatever is locally. So this policy tells Kubernetes never pull the image. If the image is not present in the node, the container will not start. So never means you are telling Kubernetes to never pull the image, never pull the image on the registry, right? So usually people that use this policy, it means that they are sure that the image is actually on the node. So before you use this policy, make sure that you check if the image is already present on the node or your container will not start, because you are actually blocking Kubernetes from pulling the image from Docker Hub, from Nexus, from ECR and other registry, GitLab registry. So that's never. Now, the other one that we have is called always. So in this context, you are telling Kubernetes to always pull, right? As the name suggests, this policy instructs Kubernetes to always pull the images from the registry, regardless of whether it is already present on the node or not. So in this configuration, Kubernetes will always pull, right? And when I say Kubernetes, I'm talking about Kubernetes because in reality, as we saw in the other video, Kubernetes is the one managing container. Kubernetes is the one that create, kill, start, stop, restart. So Kubernetes is the manager of containers. So whatever you want to do with containers, Kubernetes is actually the one doing the instruction, fulfilling the instruction for you. So those are called image pool policy. If not present, meaning that only pull the image if it does not exist. If the image exists, don't pull it. Never mean never pull any image, regardless what, regardless, and always means always pull the image. Even the image exists locally, try to pull it. So depending on the use case, you are going to use one here, but just know that by default, if you don't specify, I think the default one is going to be if not present, that Kubernetes is going to use. So it's very important as a Kubernetes engineer to know this concept of image pool policy. I hope you guys like this video. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.